Other interesting business news, you have Bosch to cut hours for 10,000 workers in Germany as the auto community continues to shift, pun moderately intended. It should be a stick shift. Every car should be by default. However, it's mostly boring EVs, which I was going to say, without massive tariffs, they'll be dominated by China, as Trump would say. Now, this also comes to us thanks to U.S. News and Reuters. They say, quote, Bosch, or Bosch, however you want to pronounce it, kind of like Porsche versus Porsche, says Bosch to cut hours for 10,000 workers in Germany. Now, for those who aren't aware or don't recognize that little logo there, if you pop the hood of most major automobiles, especially when it comes to the electronic components, well, that company is behind it. I mean, traditionally, you have companies like General Motors and Toyota, Honda. They'll make their own engines, and usually they'll make the frames and body panels. But I mean, shoot, between 10 to 30,000 parts in a vehicle, they're going to outsource a fair bit of it. They're one of the major subcontractors and suppliers for the automotive community. Now, according to the article, they say, quote, Robert Bosch, the world's largest car parts supplier, will reduce the working hours and pay of about 10,000 employees in Germany, going beyond the previously announced reductions, and in addition to thousands of jobs being announced that will also be cut. It is the latest sign of challenges facing Germany's auto sector due to weak demand and competition from cheap Chinese rivals. Which, also, you kind of have yourself to blame, Germany, because you're so weak and pathetic these days. They're carrying the whole EU on their shoulders because, again, the German economy and their innovation, their manufacturing, their software development. I mean, just their economy is so much stronger. Their talent pool for jobs is that much better. And the people there just, they know what they're doing. Well, they're carrying the entire EU, and yet they allow the EU to kneecap them and neuter them, saying, "Oh yeah, you can't make these cars because it doesn't hit the tailpipe emission standards. You have to go more EVs." Ridiculous. Or it doesn't. This cybersecurity isn't great for the Cayman. You got to kill that. Ridiculous, pathetic Germany. They allow the strongest country in the EU allows the EU to dictate how it operates. Weak and pathetic Germany. Instead of the business blunder of the day, perhaps we should do the country blunder of the day. It would certainly be Germany for becoming so weak. Now, they say, quote, Bosch said that it will also cut up to 5,550 jobs a day after saying it would cut a working hours of 450 staff. Staff mostly on 30 to 40-hour contracts on sites around Germany will have their hours reduced to 35 hours, a spokesman said, confirmation reported by a DPA news agency. The slowdown in the German car sector has been shaken by Volkswagen, which is an escalating dispute with workers. That's hilarious. With plans to cut plants to reduce plant operations, which, yeah, when you have record low demand for your product, when you having record low demand for your product and you're threatening to go on strike, that might be the weakest position to ever bargain in. And again, VW specifically, and granted, the portfolio I think is very strong in terms of strong, I would say, much more highly profitable, entertaining, and fun. You have Porsche, VW owns them. They also own Lamborghini, Bugatti, Ducati. They own a lot of things in the VW portfolio. But the VW specific brand, the actual VW logo and those cars, those have become less and less popular. Truth be told, I know two people who have them. One loves it. The other person hates it because it's been unreliable. And yeah, the CFO, which never hear this in the business world, the CFO said, oh yeah, we had about 2 years of runway left before we're out of existence, so we can't turn this thing around. Again, just for the Volkswagen brand. And again, it's partially because these Chinese companies are just invading the whole world. BYD is growing exponentially. And without these governments getting their heads out of their rears, or some conspiracy theories, or some theories are the governments just want to destroy their own local economy to bolster China. I mean, it won't be the first time politicians don't have their own people in their on their agenda. They don't actually want to do what's best for their own people. We see that more and more these days, or so it seems. And I don't know how it's going to be really turn around this trend without massive tariffs or repeal all these EV mandates being crammed down everyone's throats. It's ridiculous. And it's really unfortunate because a lot of great people are losing their jobs. Like as we said here, a lot of great people are reducing their job hours. And they kind of are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Maybe Germany will grow a pair and tell the EU to go jump off a cliff, or I don't know if they have. Well, they got some cliffs over there. That'd be an appropriate metaphor, so to say. But yeah, it's rough. Hopefully they will find gainful employment with the competitors. But let me know. Do you think Germany will actually, stand up after being on their knees for so long? And do you think there's anything that could really prevent China from just taking over the entire automotive planet in terms of market share when they have unparalleled competitiveness when it comes to cost, and not just cost of labor, but research development? China's notorious for copy paste, aka stealing technology. And let's be honest, EVs are basically glorified smartphones on wheels. Much easier to copy that as opposed to traditional gas engine manufacturing. But Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, because as always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.